Hi guys, Steve up at the property again. In the last video, I told you guys I was going to be renting a man lift. You know, basically a four-wheel drive diesel thing with an articulated boom where you can get into the trees, trim, cut the trees from top so they don't hit the power lines. You know, I priced it out. It was like $1,500 for 2 days. And another problem with it is, if the grade is more than 8 degrees, it won't let the boom work. So it could climb 45 degrees, but if you're 8 degrees or more, it won't let you actually use the boom. So I didn't know how much the grade was on the driveway when you first come in. I was pretty sure it was more than 8 degrees. There's no real way to know. Little did I know, on the new pickup truck, it actually has, it could tell you what grade you're on, and left to, you know, side to side. So I was just toggling through some of the dash settings you could have on the truck, and I stumbled across it. So I went up and down the driveway this morning, and yeah, the driveway's like 8, 9, 10 degrees. It's mostly like 8 degrees, so it probably wouldn't have worked. It really would have aggravated me. So this morning, I came up here, dragged out the ladder, dragged out the pole saw, and you know, I'm about halfway up, but I was able to trim all the branches that were overhanging the driveway. So I'm going to be able to get away without having to rent the lift. Now, the big trees, like I got a couple here that you could see that are leaning over, and they're real close to the power lines, which are right here. Not very, but enough that I didn't cut it down with the chain. I didn't cut it down with the chainsaw right away. I left it so I can get it with the lift. So what I'm going to do instead is, I got the winch on the truck. I got a come along. So I'm going to use the come along and a rope, and I'm going to tie it off so it can't go in this direction towards the power line. Yeah, hang on, let me show you the power line. See that nice straight telephone pole? It's right there. So you could see what I'm talking about. Okay. So I got one here and one right here. I'm gonna tie it off high. I got this little bean bag, throw it up there with a little twine, and then you can pull the big rope over. I'm gonna get two ropes on it. One with the come along to keep it from falling in that direction. And then I'm going to run another line from the tree to a pulley where you see the yellow strap around the tree, and then to the truck I'm going to pull with the winch. So this is the first time I'm using the winch on the truck or doing any of these things. So I'm probably going to make some mistakes. It's probably going to take me a while to do it, but I want to make sure this one is probably the easiest of all the trees. So I want to make sure I get the easiest one right. And then as we go down the driveway in that direction, they get a little more difficult, I think. So we'll try the first one, see how it works out. don't know if I need to come along. I ran the line to the winch, and I took up the slack, and it's pulling in the right direction. What I'll do is I'll put the face cut so that it falls that way. I mean, it obviously can't go down by the driveway because that bigger tree is right next to it. But just as long as it doesn't come this way towards the power line, and I don't think that it will. I don't even think I need the second line, but I'm going to throw one on just in case. Better say sorry. Okay. Well, that second rope is just to keep it from falling towards the power lines, which I don't think it will. I got the tension is on the tree pulling it, so I'm going to do a cut, go back and pull it down with the truck. It came down. It was supposed to, I wanted to go more that way. Sure didn't go that way though. Well, it pulled it into the driveway. At least it didn't go directly towards the power lines, which would have been more this way. Huh. I'll have to do better next time. I got this tree right here. I think I'm gonna pull it. No, I can't pull it that way. It's gotta be the same direction. All right, I'm gonna cut up this tree, get it out of the way, and I'll bring you back for the next one. Okay, I whacked up that tree, and unlike this morning when it was 30 degrees, it's now over 60. It's getting a little sweaty. I had to take off the flannel. A lot of people tease me on my flannels. That's okay. You gotta wear them when it's 29 degrees outside. But I got these group of 3 trees. It's one trunk at the bottom. I got them all wrapped, all 3 together. Again, down to the same pulley tied to the truck. This time I'm not going to winch it. I'm just going to hop in the truck, put it in reverse, and pull it back. Because with the winch, I think it's too slow. This way, you can just pull it in the direction I want it to go. I also have all 3 tied to the tree next to it. So if the tree starts to go this way or anywhere near the wires, which are right here, it'll stop it. Hopefully, or the rope will snap. Quite frankly, I saw some snags in the rope. Got all kinds of great reviews on Amazon, but you know, they look like cheap rope to me. But you know, I'm going to use both for, you know, a few more trees today, tomorrow. May come back Wednesday if I have to. So it should be good enough for just to cut down these few trees. All right, so I'm gonna do my face cut in the back cut, and hop in the truck and hopefully pull it down, and it should go towards the pulley. That's the plan anyway. If it falls like the other tree in that direction, that's okay. If it goes directly across, it'll probably hit the power lines. Now, the power is off on the power lines. And I don't believe I'm responsible. I could be wrong. I just don't want to knock it down. And it's so far away that should it fall, it should be a glancing blow and shouldn't knock down the lines. But the way I got it set up, it shouldn't go directly across. It shouldn't fall directly perpendicularly across. It should go somewhat that way. So let's give it a try and see what happens. Okay. That looks like it's most of the way through. Let's give it a tug. Okay. It didn't go. Oh, I guess maybe it did pretty much went right where I wanted to go. If you're pulling with the pulley, it should have, I guess, gone in line with the, should have gone in line with where you see the yellow strap around the tree. But I guess my face cut wasn't exactly pointing towards the strap. It was pointing, looks like it went right where my face cut put it. But yeah, I let the truck roll back in neutral, and then once it got a little tension in, I put it in reverse slowly. I don't think I gave it any gas. Then when I heard it starting to crack, I gave it a little bit of gas and it pulled it right over. So it worked out good. Before, when I was on the way to the truck, I said I cut it most of the way through. When you do the back cut, you're supposed to leave like a 1 or 2 inch hinge. And let's take a look. Yeah, it looks like it's about 1 to 2 inches. And that holds the tree. Now, what I could have done was used wedges on this side, but I think pulling it with the truck gives it an extra insurance that it's going to go that way and away from the power lines. All right, this is like a 3-tree in one, so I got a lot of cutting to do with the chainsaw. It's starting to get a little late in the day, and I'm starting to get tuckered out. Once I clean up this mess, I'll take a look at the time, and we'll see if we can't do one more or not. I got this one big leaner that's going to be a little bit tougher, I think, but I think I'm starting to get the knack of it. And it looks like, these aren't really big trees, so when I'm pulling it with these lines, I don't think it's coming close to snapping those lines, because you're basically cutting down the tree anyway. You just needs a little extra pull, and then once it's falling, it's not the rope isn't under a tremendous amount of strain to pull it in the direction you want it to go. All right, let's I'm gonna whack this up, push it over to the side of the road. Some of these are big enough that I'll whack up later and put in the firewood stack, but I won't show you that. I think you guys have seen enough of me stacking firewood. Spring is here, and I don't know if you've noticed, bugs are starting to come out and bothering me, so that's never fun. So come back tomorrow and we'll cut down a few more of these leaners by the power lines. So I think it was most of the way through day one. I think it's safe to say it was a good decision not to rent the lift and to just use the ropes, the pulleys, and on the high branches over the driveway, I've been using the extension ladder and my pole saw, and that's up till here, halfway done. It's done the trick. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow, and you can see some more. Hi guys, well, it's the next day. After that last tree, that was pretty much it for me for the day. Sorry about these bugs. That's one of the things I'm kind of aggravated about. As you know, I was waiting to get the pickup truck so I could do some stuff like towing the equipment, using the winch. There's a lot of stuff I needed it for, so I could cut down a lot of these trees, use some of the pulleys, and it took forever to get the truck, but by the time I finally got it, now it's getting warm. Like right now it's 50 degrees. I think it's like April 4th. It's supposed to get over 70 degrees today, which is nice, I guess, in one regards, but another, well, these bugs. Now I gotta fight this, and it's gonna get hot, and I'm gonna be sweaty. I'm aggravated. But anyway, got this one leaner right here that's close to the power lines right here. So I'm going to take you through a walk of what exactly we're going to do to take this one down. Okay. Trying not to put you in the sun. I apologize for that. But there it is. And I don't know if you really can't see the power lines. I apologize, but there's the pole right there. Now we're gonna take, this tree, we're gonna tie a line up high, and we're gonna go all the way to where you see the yellow. That's the little strap, and I got a pulley there, and we're going to bring it down to the pickup and pull it down there. I'm probably going to tie off this tree to that big one at the bend so that it doesn't fall towards the power lines. All right, guys, I'm going to put you down so you can see. I'm going to try to speed up the film a little bit so you don't have to watch me go through the whole process, but I wanted to do it in fast speed so you can see what the heck it is that I'm doing. All right, the first step, it's got this little leaded bag that makes it easy to throw, get into the branches, and that way then you could tie it off to the rope and get the rope up high. Okay, so like I said, I got the tree tied off to that big tree at the bend there. So this way it can't fall this way into the power lines. The other one goes to the pulley tied off with the yellow strap at that tree, and the other end tied to the truck. And I'm just gonna roll back on the truck and pull it down. First I gotta do my face cut and back cut. Leave about a 1-inch hinge on the tree. Let's give it a shot. Well, I went a lot better than the last two, so I'm figuring it out slowly but surely. When I was doing the back cut, I heard a crack. So I don't want to sit there and really inspect it too much. It's a really small tree, so I hopped into the truck, and when I started backing up, I was like, wow, this is taking a little more pull than the last two. So I probably didn't, it's probably like a 2-inch hinge on one side of the stump. So that was probably why I had to pull a little bit harder, but it worked as planned. So I'm gonna cut this all up, leave it on the side of the road. I got some trees I just have to trim that have low hanging branches, and I got a few more down there that we gotta cut. So give me a little while. These bugs are really aggravating, Jesus Christ. And I'll tune in, I'll clean this up, and then I'll bring you back for the next tree. Okay guys, I got a little tree, and this time I didn't tie it up to another tree to make sure that it didn't hit anything. There's a telephone pole here, and the power lines go right over the driveway. I just got it tied off to the truck. I already did the face cut. I'm going to do a little bit of a back cut, and I'm just going to pull it down. It's too small. I don't think it's going to hit the power lines, even if it went straight across. It's real close. So I'm just going to pull this thing down. At some point, got to take a little bit of risk, because otherwise I'll be here, forever. And I make sure that you're getting everything. Okay, that one went exactly as predicted. Even still, because the power lines are crossing the driveway right here. So it was within like 3 feet of hitting the power line. So it was still kind of close, even pulling it that way. I got another one right next to it. I mean, these are getting taller and taller and closer and taller and taller and closer to the power lines. So I'm going to handle the next one just like I did this one. Okay, I did the same thing with this one as I did to the last one. I already did the face cut and the back cut. It'll probably come over real easy. Okay, that one got a little closer to the power lines than I would have liked, but it was still the very end of the tree. If it had touched the bottom line or two, that would have been fine, because that's a telephone line anyway, and I'm not going to be having a landline up here anyway. So that went pretty good. I'm going to cut up what little there is of that tree and go on to the next one. Okay, I'm on to the his group here that are really tough. They are leaning way over. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, see this one on the right? See, it's tough to, maybe now it gives you a little more perspective how hard it's leaning over, and tough to see, but the lines are right there. I mean, here's the telephone pole, and this thing is leaning way, way, way over. So I'm thinking that if I get a rope up high, like about up there, where you see the little branch, if I could get it up, the rope up there, I could run a line into a big tree into the woods and pull it back. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think this through. Okay, so did a face cut, did the back cut. I got a rope up high. If you can see, I got it tied to the bottom of a big tree down there with I got both ropes going through the pulley. The pulley's big, the rope's kind of small. Got it tied off to the truck. I don't have a safety rope. I'm just gonna pull it straight back. I'm gonna risk it. It's getting hot, it's getting late. I just wanna get it over with, and I think we'll be okay. Oh. That could have gone better. You can't, probably couldn't tell. The pulley drew the top of the tree down. And once I saw the top of the tree was going down, I gave it a little more gas. I probably should have hit the gas harder, because then it broke the hinge on the stump, and it brushed the bottom telephone line, which is, I didn't think it would do that. I should have had to say, but, you know, in the end, it didn't break anything. And that was I think that might be the toughest tree that I've had to cut down. So, we got a few more here. Some of these are kind of tough too, but I think we'll be okay. Okay guys, this big dead one, I got a rope up high. I got the pulley at the base of a big tree in the woods. And the line goes out to the truck on an angle. So I already took some slack up on it. When I was pulling the rope just to take some slack on it by hand, the top of it fell off in the middle of the road. So it's dead. It's about ready to go. I don't even want to put a chainsaw to it on the bottom, because I'm afraid the thing will fall on me. So I got the rope up high. I don't think it can hit the power lines if it falls over, because the top of it already fell off and came straight down. So I'm just going to use the winch this time and pull it over. So let's give it a shot. That worked out perfect. And it wasn't as rotten as I thought. It didn't break off, it just took the whole root ball. So it's out of the way, it's down. Now I have this other one that's leaning up against the 6x6. I gotta take a look at that one, figure out what I'm gonna do with that one. Well guys, this is the last one for the day. It's hot as hell. This one here is fighting me every step of the way. Just pinched my chain. Shouldn't have. I got the rope tied high out to the same pulley, out to the truck. I'm gonna pull it into the woods and hopefully it comes down, doesn't hit the power lines. This thing's been killing me every step of the way. So if it continues to kill me, the rope will break, it'll hit the power lines and knock them out. But I'm done. I'm so aggravated. But I'm not leaving here without at least trying it. Cross your fingers. I win. Tree loses. It's very aggravating, you know. When you get aggravated like that, you should probably stop. But it took me like forever to get the rope up on the top of the tree, to run it out to the pulley. You know, I wasn't leaving without pulling that tree over. Now, I'm not going to cut it up. I'm gonna get my ropes back. I'm gonna clean up. I got a couple of buckets. I'm gonna go into the stream and I'm gonna bathe in the stream because I'm so hot. So that was this is a pretty big step in the right direction. You know, I just have this one left over here. Then I got a few more down where the road splits. But one more trip and I should have it, knocked out. And I should be able to go on to the next step, which is to get the chipper to throw all this stuff into the chipper and blow it into the woods. So, we don't have these bogs laying everywhere in these branches. All right, guys, thanks for tagging along today. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.